Hello and welcome to another edition of Mobile Monday, the video podcast from GodIsAGeek.com where we take a look at 4 games and let you know whether they're worth spending money on. I'm God Is A Geek's deputy editor Martin Baker and I'll be taking a look at those 4 games this week. The first game that we're going to have a look at this week on Mobile Monday is Aliens Need Burgers, which I'm not sure if it's true or not, but that's what the game's called, so that's what we're going to go with. There are 2 game modes. There's the normal arcadey mode, which is the first button, and then there's the timed mode, which just counts for 3 minutes, and you see how many points you've got in those 3 minutes. The first mode is just as long as you want, as long as you have lives left. You'll be able to play the game for as long as you want, as long as you've got lives left. We'll go for the timed mode, and we'll see how far we can get in the time mode. Obviously the whole point is to just get as many points as you can. There are waves of enemies, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner on wave 1, with the amount of points that you've got. You just have to tap on the spaceships in order to shoot them with the laser. Don't shoot the shuttle that's coming in for a landing. We've got an alien on the screen trying to block our view. You can use the power-ups that come across the screen in order to power up your laser. If you power up, you can swipe across the screen instead of tapping everything to fire multiple lasers at any one time. The bottom, what would you call it? The power up thing at the bottom of the screen tells you how many times you've powered up. So you can do that as up to 5 times. Oh, we lost some points there from shooting down the shuttle. But every time you get hit as well, every time you shoot a shuttle, you go back to 1 on the power up at the bottom of the screen as well. So you've got to try and keep that up while keeping everything away for a couple of minutes. This mode is much more difficult than what the non-timed mode is. There's a lot more involved in this one. See if we can get. Now we've got that thing powered up at least a couple of times. Let's see if we can get rid of some aliens now. Oh, we lost that. Oh, power up a little bit more. Try and keep away from the shuttle. Keep swiping across the screen. Oh, I lost some there. Oh well. But yeah, the game's easy enough to learn, really. You know, the only real difficulty lies in the fact that you've got to alternate between tapping on the screen at the beginning of the game before you power up to swiping, and you pretty much have to swipe in order to get rid of all of the enemies, especially at later stages of the game. But with swiping, you've also got to be careful that you don't swipe across any of the shuttles, because obviously you'll lose points. We've got 43 seconds left to see how many we can get power up another time. Try and keep away from the shuttle that's on that side. Oh, it's getting too close now. Oh, we're back down to 1. So I've got to be careful there. You can see how difficult it can get. Just constantly trying to tap on the screen and kill as many as you can. Not long. Oh, there's a power up there. Yeah, the other game mode, the just normal arcade game mode, is a little bit more laid back. You tend to get a little bit further before you start getting overcome with this amount of aliens, but oh well. I don't think we did too bad there. Got to wave 20. Not too bad. And that's Aliens Need Burgers. The second game that we're going to have a look at this week is a puzzle game called Dracula's Castle, and there's not much to it, but it's quite fun to play. So, story: Dracula's Castle needs to be sorted out. Strange things have happened. So yes, the story isn't. That's not the reason that anybody is going to play Dracula's Castle. Is the story? In fairness, it's not great, but the puzzles are quite fun. So I've already done some of the puzzles here, so we'll jump into them and just show you an example of what they are. See, there's a time limit, and it's just typical. You know, you've got a picture that you need to make. You just need to tap on the different sections in order to swap them around to make the full picture. So we'll go ahead and do this first one, which isn't difficult, especially when you've done it before, but it gives you an idea. They do get more and more difficult. So the door's an easy one just to get you into the swing of things, into the idea of how you play the game, things like that. They do get a lot more difficult. So the door's sorted. Basically, you need to fill out all, and like remake all of the different elements of the room. So the door's easy, but they do get more and more difficult. This one, it starts to get difficult. As you can see, some of them are different shapes, so they will stretch the image. You get more and more of these. Like some of them will be tiny squares, some of them will be these like elongated ones. Some of them will be the big squares. So you just have to move things around until they get into the correct place. Let's see what we can do. So I've got some pieces here. Let's have a look. Move this down. Get in there, we can see where we're going. That was wrong, is that swapped? There we go, that was sorted. Obviously, like I said, they do get more and more difficult as time goes on, but you get more time in order to complete everything. One of the difficult aspects of the game as well is that you never get shown what the picture should look like, which I feel is an important thing. If they're wanting you to make the picture, you should at least know what it looks like. And you never really get told that, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult to put things together. There we go. The piano one is a particularly difficult one. But like I said, you see that the time gets extended each time. So we started off with 6 minutes, we've now got 12 minutes to sort this one out. But they do get more and more difficult, especially when you don't have a picture to reference. It's not doing bad though. That looks like part. Oh, that was right. Is that part of the piano? There we go. That's that part of the piano. That one down there, maybe. Okay, so we're getting close. Pieces of the music, and there maybe. Yeah, getting close. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, there's nothing much to it. But if you like puzzles, like picture puzzles like this, then it's not bad. There are better ones out there, but there are some that are worse. You could do a lot worse than Dracula's Castle. But yeah, that's it. If you like that type of game, then maybe it's one to try out. There is a light version of the game, so you can try it out for free if you want, and that's Dracula's Castle. The third game that we're going to have a look at this week is Wordmare, which is a weird sounding game, but the gameplay isn't too bad. It's just something that we haven't seen before, really. It's kind of a mix between a crossword, bit of a word search, bit of a general knowledge quiz at the same time. So the whole point, I'll talk over the video as soon as there's just like you read it in the audio. There's nothing to listen to. He's having a nightmare, basically, which is the word about words. Wordmare. All the words have been jumbled up in his books, and he's got exams to do, and we're supposed to help him put the words in the right place in order to get him to his exam on time, basically, and so that he knows what he's doing. So I'll play some of the early levels that I've already done, but hopefully. So you can buy letters. If you run out of, basically what happens is this thing in the bottom right hand corner where it says buy letters now, it usually gives you a number of letters that you've got left, and you can put them in let me choose one that I was in the middle of playing. So you can see, where are we? There we go. So there's some with stars in it that we haven't quite guessed yet. You can buy letters to go into those stars. I've used all the letters in order to get into this position. So I'm getting to a point now where I'm a bit struggling. The like spider's web of it all gives you clues. So you can see that there was one pointing to the map. Well, there's two pointing to the map, but they're also connected to each other, which meant that the words were connected. There's ones here where you can see the subject, so you can see that everything coming off of the subject point is itself a subject. So it's a something that's linked to that main heading. Same with school. It's their types of schools that are connected to that. So we'll go ahead and try and guess this one. So it's connected to the music and it's playing a piano. So it's 5 letters. So let's go for piano and hope that that's what it's looking for. There we go. So once you get 75% of it completed, even though we haven't completed the entire section, there's still a one left that's got it's 2 words, 1 word's got 8 letters, 1 word's got 3 letters. Because we've got 75%, we can move on to the next one. So see how, unfortunately it does, if you haven't got any letters left, it will ask you that each time. If you completely finish one of the previous levels, you sometimes get some letters to use in the next section. But because we didn't finish it, we only got to 75%. We haven't got any letters to use in this one. So let's see if connected to clock. Let's see if it's time. It is time. So we've added some more time to the clock. Some of these ones now have got question marks on them as well. They'll give you a clue if you tap on them. So 24 per day, hour. What's this one? Question mark. Use sand to measure time. Hourglass. So you can see how we're starting to build it all up. Some of the levels you obviously have a time limit. Some don't have a time limit. Some of them you'll be given a clue. Some of them you won't. Some of them have also got the little stars that you can see. So in these now, go towards the thing that you can see at the bottom centre of the screen where it says none out of 2. So if I figured out what that the one in the bottom right hand corner was, the 11 star, then you get that star to go into the total. But that's all that there is to the game, really. It's a lot of guessing words based on similar meanings in order to get to the end and get to the exam. And that's Wordmare. The fourth and final game that we're going to have a look at this week on Mobile Monday is Fury of the Gods. It's from Chilingo and Spectral Games, as you can see. And the whole point is that you play as a god, taking people down who have stopped worshipping you, basically. I'll let you watch the intro movie and then we'll look at some gameplay. So, as you saw from the intro movie, the whole point of the game is that the civilians basically have decided that they don't want to believe in you anymore, that they've done worshipping you, and it's your job to make them realise that you need to be worshipped. So you need to show them your power. Throughout the game, you'll be able to unlock different gods. You start the game just being able to play as Zeus, but eventually you can play as some more gods as well, Poseidon and Hades. So the top tier of the area, let's choose Zeus again. The top area shows you like stuff to do with your temple, so you can upgrade the temple if you've got enough coins, which you get by playing the game or buying them, obviously, free to play stuff. The bottom layer, well, the second layer down is stuff that you can have to protect your temple. The third layer down is godlike powers. So there's meteor, there's the hand of God, and there's the lightning in the center there. And then right at the bottom is the levels. So you can see I've done the first 2 and I've got 3 stars on each of them. So I'll jump into the third level and see what's what. So the whole point is to keep the civilians away from the temple. At the top you can move around the island, you can pinch to zoom and all that stuff. We've got elite soldiers coming this time. So you can see in the top left hand corner that we've got 4 waves to contend with. Just keep exclamation marks appear where the civilians are coming. You just have to, in order to use the basic attack, just tap on them to kill them. Keep an eye around all edges of the island to make sure that nobody finds their way up to the top of the temple. So we've got some guards there. Just keep tapping them. We can use some lightning as well to take some people down. You can see that building up in the left hand side as well, how many times you can use that. I've just got to try and conserve some stuff for those elite guards that it told us about when the game started. Again, try and keep an eye on all corners of the map to make sure that nobody's slipping through some holes in your defences that you might have. Obviously, you can, as long as your temple doesn't get destroyed, you can keep going. So it doesn't matter if a couple of them make it there, as long as enough don't make it there to destroy the temple totally. We've got quite a lot coming this time. On the 3rd wave out of 4, we've got some lightning left that we can just slow them down a little bit. Oh, we've got one there. Nearly done though. 3rd wave. There we go. There's one more wave left, and you can see how many people are left in the level with the indicator underneath the wave number. So there's 2 people in the level at the moment. So it makes it easier to see if there's any left on any corners of the island that you may have missed. There's quite a few to do in this final wave. That guy's not dead yet. There we go. So they're coming under the bridge. There's some lightning in there to try and wipe them out a little bit. How many's left? 3's left. Where are they? They're getting close. Slow them down with a bit of lightning. There we go. Is that all of them? There we go. See what we've got for that. Three stars, not too bad. Didn't take any damage to the temple either. And that's Fury of the Gods. And that's Mobile Monday for this week.